for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Ling Bang, no matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme, Ling Bang. No matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme. First, make you see how far your back bend. If you don't know how, get less if I can rent. Turn your body round like a smoothie or the blend. New dance trend. Style we no borrow, style we no lend. For sure, we no the beg no friend. From in the thing from way back when for the elders and the children. Can't do the thing till they gonna do it like charge. Back it up in the garage. Make them know we squad living large. Hold a salute every sarge. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Ling Bang, no matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme, Ling Bang. No matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme. We like when you shake it. Never gonna DR if you can't fake it. Entire yam, heart and tick. Mama take 9 months to make it. Act like you didn't need Johnny cake before you bake it. Take a pass to the cars, then twerk it. Then your style you can't buy the new market. All of the style Ling Bang surpass it, yo. Watch when they blaze it. Have the tremble like we don't tease it. Tell the DJ, rewind it. Bust a sweat and work it. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Ling Bang, no matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme, Ling Bang. No matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme. From Baka Jungle all the way to Yabra, Corozal and Dangriga. Check for my sister Julia, teaching the tourists that he kaka. Through the alley and the plaza, go jump past 41 mile marker. If you want something extra, I want you that feel Librata. Pay for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Disappear for a while, but now I am back again, introducing a new style, them call the Ling Bang. I am a musical zen, violating the charts again. Ling Bang, no matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme, Ling Bang. No matter if you're 50 or 10, Ling Bang. Big bully in a pen, Ling Bang. Rooster or hen, this one, yeah. Creme de la creme.
They say you never miss your water until your well run dry. And overspilled milk, a big man is not supposed to cry. Well then, butter brim, if any woman butter brim, them could have charged her for sin. Butter brim, straight cleaning, in sort of fucking. Butter brim, fully they made examine, figure lose such a sweet brownie. Butter brim, now it's the dread she call it when she need sexual healing.
Anyways,
One man lost is another man's gain. If you can't handle the traffic, then stay out the lane. Behind her beautiful smile, she was hiding her pain. You couldn't see the tears due to the falling rain. But with a woman emotion, son, you don't wanna play games. Then got certain moves that want put you to shame. And then you begging and you balling will all be in vain. When I bet she call the next morning. Remember all of the first time you meet it. You have to do that plus much more for keep it. Candlelight dinner, wine and chocolate. Don't forget the roses, big man, you stalk it. You should have me walk her down to the pulpit and remove her sexy ass from off for the market. Your friends don't have no woman, but them calling you whip. And like an idiot, you believe it. But a brim, if you're the woman, but a brim. Them got the charge her for sin. But a brim, straight cleaning. In such a fucking, but a brim. Fool need me to examine. Figure lose such a sweet specimen. But a brim, now it's the dread she call it when she needs sexual healing. A woman is a gift unto humanity. Treat her with respect and dignity. Heed the words of the great Tyrus Riley. She royal will treat her like royalty. She works, she cooks, she clean and wash your stinking laundry. All she wanted in return was your loyalty. Could I make her a carnival?
Got it? No, I got it.
Her love just come
Right,
down and she need a remedy. You met her at the peak of her sexuality. Wrong time for leave a big woman lonely. Pretty like an angel, but she well freaking. And now she feeling horny.
Yes, me back.
Income not a dread for full.
Yeah, man.
Her fantasy.
We'll be talking to Mr. Gregory.
A sweet nothing softly.
To start, cause you
She's
know we
on
got
a
to take.
journey. She's
So,
on a journey.
I mean,
On to ecstasy. But
She's about ready to-
If you're the
Right.
woman, but a
we live, you know.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, smokers, fans of the Sea Smoke Show. I am G. Michael Reed, your chairman designate. We're here every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Belize time, 6 p.m. LA time, and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is up there in New York City and those surrounding areas. We try to bring you updates and issues as they arrive. We see the Maya issue kicking up again, and we're going to have to do a show on that once again shortly. We did get confirmation before from the minister in charge of Indigenous Affairs, that is Minister Balaramos, and she kind of backed up on that, and we're still hoping that she'll come forward and speak with us. I see they're in us on hot water because they appointed a minister's brother, a Mr. Riqueño, and the indigenous people are not happy about that at all. Good night, Mr. Broster. Now, people, there's an old saying that justice doesn't only have to be done, it has to seem to be done. In other words, the perception is very important. I understand we have a small country. I understand our talent is limited, but it can't only be limited to political members and members of their families and cronies, man. It cannot be only that. We have to put our best foot forward. We have to get people who are objective and qualified. If we continue to do this, we're going to lose the respect of the people, the confidence of the people. We're going to not make much headway. We can't do this. And if the people are objecting to that, we're going to have to wheel and come again. You're going to have to pick somebody else so that there are many indigenous people that can help. There are many people who are concerned that can help, but we cannot keep doing this, man. Only the family of ministers got sense. Only they entitled to land. Only they entitled to the benefits that this country has to offer. No. In fact, we're going to, next week, address a very serious matter. We're going to do a show on the diaspora problems, in particular as it pertains to land. There are a lot of people who are having a lot of issues with land that was issued by government, then issued to somebody else, then they have to pay to try to get it back, or put some kind of money up somewhere. Remember when former Prime Minister Dean Marrow suggested that the lands department was indeed a hotbed of corruption? Nothing has changed, people. In fact, it might have gotten worse. When is it going to stop? When are we going to understand that all of us, everybody, is entitled to the fair share of citizenship? We are all Belizean citizens. All right, I got Mr. Gregory Myers in the house. How are you, sir? Talk to me.
Good evening, Ethan. How are you?
All right, right here, holding the fort. I believe you want to come back on a medal or something like that. Tell me what's going on. Run it down for you.
So, meet you over here. The music in the background, you go on, I can't hear.
You know, the country clear. Your mic, I don't know if you're not up. Speak the mic not pick you up. All right,
Yeah,
try.
I hear music in the background. I can't hear it.
You go and come. You go and you pick up some and they hear one word. Try it again.
Yeah, there's too much music. I can't hear.
All right, where the music there? From for we
From
side?
the podcast.
No man, there's no music out there. This is good. I know. See why? I know here no music to play.
I have no music on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess he got to go out and come back in. That's on him.
Yeah, I don't know about the music. They are not here. Nothing.
We have Miss Shauna in the background, and we wait on Miss Brooklyn. Miss Shauna will be on right after these guys, I guess.
All right. So,
all right,
guys. Cool. Where we end?
Now you can go ahead and with your thing and see when you come back in. Go ahead and do you.
All right. This is the group that went to the games, right? Is that correct? CY?
Yes, sir. He's back.
We're back now. Before the background music may play over us and we couldn't hear you.
All right. I don't know that I mean a delay upon that because but you probably were in before it cut it off and the music kept playing for you. But we're good now to hear you clear.
Very good, very good.
Welcome to the show. Congrats to Ali Rundong away Ghana. I understand did well.
Yeah, well, we tried to improve on our levels of competition from last year, and leading up to it, everything looked like we were on track. And then we got to Grenada, and still everything was on track. And then we had a few little hiccups, some logistical errors on our part, and but we ended up overcoming them. That was the reason why Dimitri and Daniel weren't able to perform at their highest levels on day one. The same with Brooklyn. All of us had some either there was a water issue or a food issue, or some unforeseen issues, right? But
whose fault was it though? From our side or from their side?
It was a little of both, right? Certain information wasn't passed as appropriately as it should have been. But with that being said, that's kind of the responsibility of the host country, right? But sometimes these things happen, and we have to be prepared for anything.
Yeah, but it happened too much, man. And again, it quite it threw the athletes off. I mean, and I don't know. We ought to have a liaison person. Do we have somebody that's taking care of that and making sure everything is in place? Is that something we can learn from, and hopefully next year it won't happen again?
Exactly right. So there are liaisons, and while we're going through this process of competing internationally, we have to take a step back and sometimes look at the successful organizations such as Jamaica and Trinidad and the Bahamas. And one of the things they did, and this is my first year experiencing something logistically like this going wrong, was they bring their own water and they bring their own food for their children that they are accustomed to, right? So they don't have to change to the food or customary foods of the countries that they're going to. Even though we're one Caribbean, we all eat different food. So sometimes that could, especially with high performance athletes, The smallest little thing could throw everything off, right? So to prevent that moving forward for next time, we're going to Trinidad next year. We'll be prepared. We have to go to Costa Rica in about 6 weeks. We'll be prepared, right?
Where they say carry rice and beans and hudut or
Well,
escabeche or something?
I don't know about all of that. That leave it too heavy for competition, but
Because health food, right?
yeah. But they're the things that when you to train, right? Because
Yeah.
it make you strong. It help
Right.
you rebuild back. But the day before
When you
competition,
compete.
it's a lighter diet, right? So it's more easily processed and in and out of the system, so you could be as light as possible.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out. You can't get that in the host countries as such. I mean, food
Yeah.
the food.
Well, yes and no, but the thing is with Carifta, it's on the Easter holiday. So when we check in, it's Holy Thursday. Things start shut down by midday. So we don't have the option to go out and go buy extra, right? And then Good Friday, everything's shut down. So you're left at a deficit when you get there, and logistically everything isn't right because there's very few options. And I'll be honest with you, one of the things that enabled us to get back on track in order that Dimitri was able to perform enough to win a gold medal the second day was simple bush knowledge. Well, we don't got good water, we don't got good food, but one thing we know good all over the Central America and the Caribbean, coconut water.
There you
Coconut
go.
water will bring back this Lee boy, right?
There you go.
Coconut water.
All right. Who the young man over your shoulder? Apparently, he's one of your athletes, no?
Yeah, that Dimitri.
Dimitri, how are you, son?
Good. How are you?
All right. How was the competition? Is it higher than you expected, or you just run over them?
It's better than it was last year.
Wonderful. Oh, you competed last year too?
Yeah.
Yeah. You medaled this year, last year, when?
I got 2 medals last year, but I only got 1 this year.
Gold?
Yes.
Wonderful. In what category was that?
Last year I got it in the 1500 and 3000, but this year I only got it in the 3000.
Wonderful. Where are you now as far as education? What school do you attend?
I attend Haverford High School in Philadelphia.
Okay, but you're competing for Belize, no?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. How the other team? Were you satisfied with the team that went from Belize? Are there other things that you would like to see done and put in place to make it better?
I don't know like the numbers, but I think that Brooklyn did improve, or like she did well, and then Jaden, I don't know like exactly how well he did, but at least he was able to come out and perform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
I could talk to
Go
that
ahead.
a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Mike. So one of the things that we are in the association trying to do is raise the level of competitiveness, right? The Carifta Games is the highest level of competition in the Caribbean, period. The Carifta Games is the breeding ground for all the Olympians that have come out of the Caribbean, Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada. Every one of them were gold medalists at these Carifta Games, right? So to get more athletes to Carifta has to be young athletes, right? Because our future is with the youth.
So it's a stepping stone, basically, to the higher level of competition.
That's right, and this is the launching pad. This is not a stepping stone. This is a launching pad. Every college coach in America is there.
Scouting the guys.
Is there. So when these young athletes go there and perform, and let's say they're very young, like young Jaden Williams, he's in second form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very raw. And every coach that has any sense could see that this young man raw, but yet he's still jumping to where he's competitive with absolute raw talent. That is what they're looking for. So when we find these young people, men and women, young ladies and young men, I believe, we have to do everything we can to get them to this launching pad so they could get the exposure of the people who can make a difference in their life and then therefore in our country, right?
Gregory, you were in Belize. You stationed in Belize.
No, I'm here in Philadelphia, but I'm up and down. I'll be in Belize Saturday. I was there
Okay.
last weekend. I'll be
Are
there
you-
pretty much every weekend for the next couple of weeks.
Do you try to get some of the athletes from here over there to get better training and exposed to the higher level of competition?
That's exactly what I do. So last year we sent a young man to Jamaica, to St. Diego. After that we sent Hawass Mejia. I brought him here to train with me for 4 months, and in that 4 months he was able to raise to the level of attaining a scholarship to American International College. So that's where he is now. And now we were just able to secure 3 scholarships for 3 young men. And I'm in the process of working on 3 more for 3 young ladies to go to a powerhouse in Jamaica. So we're working on it. It's a work in progress, right?
How many years have we been competing in Carifta?
Well, we've always had the invitation. We haven't always sent, but for the past 3 years, we have sent a contingent. The first year was just my 3 children. The second year, we brought along Andre and Hawass, and from that they both received scholarships and whatnot abroad. And then this year we were able to bring along Brooklyn and Jaden, and Jaden received a scholarship from it. So we started with 3. We're up to 4. Hopefully next year we could double them numbers.
Carifta is what? Caribbean, and what does it signify?
Carifta is the Caribbean countries, all the Caribbean countries minus Cuba and Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic.
Why not Cuba?
I don't believe they're a member of the Caribbean Free Trade Association. It was something that was created 50 years ago. It's no longer a trade basis, but they kept the name Carifta.
I see. But then, and they kept Cuba out. Is it a blockade kind of thing? Is it a part of them not allowing them to go? Because certainly Cuba has some excellent athletes.
Oh, yes, without a doubt. Same with Puerto Rico.
Yes.
I can't answer that question enough to give you the right answer. So I'll renege on. I'll refrain from answering because I just I don't know for sure.
I understand. Do you see us getting better and competing every year going forward? Are you going to do your best you can to facilitate that?
100%. With just the right nudge, right? Because just like a high competitive athlete, a high performance athlete, or a high performance car, right? It's sometimes the smallest thing could keep you from attaining the greatest levels of performance, right? But when we do get it just right and get everything together, boom, you have a race car. And Belize, we no shot on talent today.
But we
develop. I think last weekend, I watched the podcast, and I made mention. I think Mr. Kowe said very eloquently, we have the human resource. What we don't have is sometimes the resource of knowledge to get that human resource to do it. We have everything we need in Belize to make this happen, right? And even with or without a track or a facility, it is possible because we don't train at a track. We train in a park. That is an absolute fact. We don't need to step foot on track until it's time to go race, right? We don't have all the necessary doctors and nutritionists and whatnot.
Right.
It's it's just common sense, a little bit of studying because the information is right there. You just have to take the time, and if you really want it, you can find it. Where the cost does come in is the travel, because there's a lot of travel involved to getting to these competitions that are at the level where Dimitri to train at now.
By the time we get to that point, though, we'll have to overcome the one main detriment, I believe, which is the discipline, that will to want to do it, and the desire to put in the work necessary. Because I find, of course, we don't lack talent. Everybody knows that. That's obvious. But the discipline. I think that is where we lack, and I don't know how we're gonna get that, because it starts way before you even think about getting on a track or in a program like that. You have to
Well,
want it.
I'll be honest with you. While you are correct, discipline and structure are the cornerstones of success, right? Right now, Dimitri, he's here. He should be sleeping. This is his sleep time. He's done to sleep by 8 o'clock, long time. So 1.5 past the bedtime.
Smart fella.
But what we need is leadership. I could talk from my own personal experience. You put me in any school, in any neighborhood, in any environment, and you give me any amount of kids. You give me 2 kids, I want to turn that into 10. And then I want to turn 10 into 20. And out of those 20 kids, just average kids are wrong and wrong. I want to show you a competitive, high-performance team. Not every kid will be that way. But out of 20 kids, I could guarantee you 1 or 2 of them could compete on a high level. But the difference is leadership. Do you have the charisma and the ability to motivate and inspire a young person? That is key to setting up a dynamic and energetic program for young people. So how are we going to get that in Belize? Well, we have to continue, and continue is not the right word. In my opinion, because we live in a crab in a barrel, right? We say it all the time, Belize, crab in a barrel. And I'll give you an example. Last year, Penn Relays, some of our colleagues were in Penn Relays, and I'm there introducing them to Johan Blake of Jamaica, great Johan Blake, second fastest man of all time. This is my friend. I helped write some of their workouts in Jamaica through St. Jago. He went to St. Jago High School. And this young Belizean goes up to Mr. Blake and he says, "Hey, Mr. Blake," while I'm still standing there, he says, "Could you come to Belize and help us get better and faster and run just like you?" And Mr. Blake turned right to him and he says, "But why are you to ask me for help and you got Greg right half of we workouts?"
But Greg, you're one person. Where are we going to find the other Gregory Myers to help do this?
We don't need another Gregory Myers. We need a G Mike, and we need a X, Y, and Z, anybody. But what we have to be is willing to listen and learn and understand. If I'm not good at everything, I'm not perfect at everything. I coach quarter milers and half milers. That's what I do. I stay in that lane, right? If I need somebody to coach the long jump, I'm going to defer. But what we don't do sometimes, and this is not just Belizeans, but anywhere, we tend to overlook the resources we have right in our hands just so we could try to go someplace else and get it as if the grass is greener on the other side. And sometimes we just don't see it right in our face.
Well, obviously that's the challenge, no? And again, we have the raw resource. It's a matter of getting a formula that will put them on that track, that winning track.
Well, for the time being, my opinion, and my opinion might not be everybody else's opinion, but the way I can help, I can only control what I do within my family, right? But what I have done and what my collective has agreed to do and what we all work together towards is, for the time being, if we find and identify young persons and they meet the criteria, good grades, good manners, and are coachable, right? And obviously they have to have the measurables. But if they're coachable, have the measurables, have good grades, we are getting them up here to me or to a coach that I trust to do the right thing by them in an environment seeded for success, right?
Let me ask you the pertinent question, because you talk about the environment. If Dimitri, for instance, had you kept him in Belize, would he have been able to reach the status where he is now?
100%.
We can develop this in Belize then?
Without question.
Okay.
The only difference between Dimitri here and Dimitri in Belize is nothing. Because if we were in Belize and Borough Boom, Right there at the park, I put out 4 cones and we go do we work right in the park, just like we do it right there. So what would be the difference?
So why are we not doing it here in Belize? Why are we not producing this quality of athletes?
Well, I have the resource and I'm willing to share the knowledge. Are you willing to do it?
Are they listening to you? Because
you go.
I mean, I might be willing, you might be willing, but if the people that are in place to enable this structure is not listening,
Again, it goes back to the leadership, right? So what would it take? What is the difference between Belize and Philadelphia? Well, here's the difference. In Belize, it's hot. In Philadelphia, it's not hot all the time. So the requirement to get this done in Belize is 5 o'clock in the morning.
right.
Practice would be 5 to 7 because as a distance runner like Dimitri, you can't run in the heat. You broke your body down. Sprinters, different. Jumpers, different. But distance runners would have to get up early in the morning. The coaches, the leaders, the persons who are supposed to set the example would have to be the ones out there 5 o'clock in the morning. And you start with the athletes and you give them the workouts. But then you have to be disciplined, right? But the discipline doesn't come from the kids. The kids only learn the discipline. It's the leadership that have to have the discipline.
But they have to get it first, So listen, we want to thank you for the work you're putting. We hope you're not stop anytime soon. We hope you do share that knowledge. We hope those in Belize who can help will do so. Again, the bureaucracy, the ones at the top who are only concerned about getting in office and getting their jobs and making the money and whatnot, we have to see a bit more unselfishness and work being done by those who are in position to get it done.
Well, I tell you what, I think we are in a position where the people are starting to see, the right people are starting to see the things happening, right? And we're starting to get traction with partnership, right? And it's coming from all directions now, because I think we're starting to see the benefits that are coming towards our youth in Belize and an avenue for funding, not just from the government, right? We don't want to be dependent on anybody. We want to earn it, and we have an ability to earn it. We just need to have collaboration and partnership, right?
Gregory, we have to get you back so we could talk more about this, but we had a few other guests scheduled for this evening. No, we did want to big you up, bring Dimitri on for a while. Dimitri, and thank you, son, for being with us. You're going straight to bed now, right? Get the rest and stay focused, right? Because we need you, man. All right, Gregory, we look forward to hearing from you again, man. Please check in with me from time to time, and stay with it, bro, because we need this to get done. No,
I'll keep at it.
And Joe, here's your buddy right there, biting at the bit to get in here. But again, like I said, when we schedule, we have to try pace this out and get everybody in this evening. But please, we'll get you back one of these days, man. Right? Sooner than later.
As soon, whenever you're ready.
Respect, my brother. Have a nice evening.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Greetings, everybody. Joe.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
All right. Greg was just reminding us of something that you said last week, and again with an issue of sports, we really have to do more for make sure our boys get the opportunity to get out there and do what is necessary. We talk a few things this evening. Certainly want to talk about the kiting. I see Rai is in the house. Rai Senior, greetings. Shauna is here. Shauna.
Good night, guys.
Good night, please.
Yeah. Shauna is launching this kiting. They're also launching a new product for Boeing and Boeing, aren't you, Shauna? Tell me a bit about that.
Well, we've launched the product already, actually. So the brand of the product or the name is Snackers, and it is a line of locally made snacks. In this first instance, it's a line of locally made corn chips, and they have different names. They have Doradas, Chiladas, Asadas, and Bocadas, and they're all corn chips. No preservatives, all of that, very healthy. And with that, we've been pushing this. We've launched it last year. So we're a year in this, and as such, we've been doing different things, sampling all of that, and that has led us to the Kite Festival. So
Is
we
it
have
in
that
a
coming
local,
up this
in a
weekend.
local con will you use panis our local products?
All local products. The entire process is local. So what we do is we work with local corn farmers, and we then get the corn from them. We make the masa. We take the masa to our factory in Ladyville. It's a very quick process. The chips are lightly seasoned with the seasoning that we have, and then we package them. So it's a very local process. Our objective with it, I mean, I think everybody knows Bowen and Bowen for beverages. But over the years, we've realized that we have to diversify. But even in diversifying, we still want to be able to pursue excellence for Belize. And
Maintain
with
that
that,
product, yeah.
correct. And that's how Snackers came about, is that we know we produce corn. Why not use the corn that the farmers are producing already? And let's make some value added product that we can have, that we can be proud of, that we can then serve to the community.
Wonderful. I'm going to talk about the kite now, because you say that has gone on to a kite thing, keeping this
Absolutely.
tradition alive. We're going to talk to Ryan in a little while, and Ryan, well, he thinking of the best kite maker in the world. So,
Ryan, I hope we're gonna see you on Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Best kite maker in Belize. One of the best kite maker in Belize.
well, Joe say he make better kite than you.
No,
I don't know.
no.
Well, man, tell me, guys, show me the kite. He say he could make that.
Sunday we I see, man. Sunday we I say.
When I say it's a showdown Sunday.
And Shana, you know that Joe say he's gonna make a kite for fly out there, right? And bring your grandson for fly. I don't know how good he good.
I mean, I show no some thing there, but Mr. Reed, I want to teach some style, so I'm into that.
Mr. Ribo.
Yes, uncle.
Like I tell you something. When I used to make kite, at that time we never used thread. The kite go up because we had one thing where we can make guide it from the bottom without thread.
Yeah.
Where you talk about, Joe? Where you talk about?
The plastic bag. That plastic bag, you just go in the sky, man. That plastic bag, you just go in the sky, man.
We can make guide it from the ground.
Without thread.
Without thread.
Yeah. We head are we there in the AI kind of category, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, Shana, really tell me about some of the prizes they're missing. Where they talk about?
Yeah, some of the prizes they're missing, man.
What do you mean?
First thing first, you make a kite for fly.
Yes.
So your business may have best fly category.
No, so how it's gonna work? Let me tell you guys a little bit about it. So how it's going to work is when you guys get there, when people get there, they will sign up for different categories that they want to participate in. When it's your category to fly the kite, you guys will take it to the judges. The judges will inspect it based on those categories that you've signed up for. And from there, you have a certain amount of time to get your kite up in the air, and you have to be able to keep it there for another amount of time. So stabilize it in the air. And that in itself weighs a certain amount of points as well.
And that will go in what category there? That would be the best fly.
That's for each of them. Each category, every category, that person will have to be able to fly their kite.
All right, but the kite to fly. But then while the kite to fly now, there's a certain way how they fly. Talk to me, right? But
your business to make a category where got best fly. Cause once the kite, each category business have their one best fly stage. That business to be that best fly business to be the biggest prize. You see me?
Right.
Because our kite business to fly. So which kite they go out there and stay out there is like a stick on the chalkboard, the move. Yeah, and it's funny contest start till evening, till winter judging start, till that time we come down. Yeah, and that's the kite business to get best fly. You understand me?
So the points weighted. So the flying, so you have different things. You have, like, let's use the creative one. So for the most creative, you have a certain amount of points you could get. For flying, your most creative kite, you have points you could get too. So you and Joe could both have creative kites, but if Joe kite not fly and yours fly, you get them points.
Yeah.
Wait, how long you the build kite? How long you the fly kite?
I'm from me know myself for about 3 or pa. My name they in a record, man. My name they in a record. Yeah.
Ryan, we are still out there Sunday?
Yes, ma'am.
Have to ask a question about the rules for this flight contest.
Of course.
You are saying 1, it will be the creativity.
Correct.
2, you're saying when it's up in the air, what? It's how stabilized you have it?
Say,
It
all right
must
then,
be-
enough to across. They're not all kite could stabilize.
Okay.
They're not all kind of creative kite like what boat kite that you could never keep that still in the sky. You understand me?
So how long would that stay up for?
That could stay up for a whole day, but you know, and stay still in the sky. So first thing first, you know, I put that in a best fly, you know, I put that in a best fly category period. You understand me? Yeah, you put like singer, moon, starry, and then back say then the kind of kite you put in a best fly. You understand me? Then you got next category one, Minnesota, farthest. Yeah.
But could you explain to me, Mr.
Then the next category one, Minnesota, quickest to raise, yeah, because I could make my kite go up in at 3.5 seconds. Quick, and put it at spot. I know business to move out there till tomorrow if you want.
Very good. How quick you can get it? How quick you can get it flying?
That is right. That is right.
I want to ask you, Mr. Raibo. You said just now that you have certain kites that cannot be stabilized while up there. Why is it that they cannot be stabilized?
Because what boat, first thing first, if you build a boat, you can the only way a boat stay stable as either if the sea no rough and you got it anchor.
No, but these are not in the sea. These are
but the type of kite there, just like we're playing again. You understand me?
Let me tell you about what I've experienced right now. I want to ask the lady in charge. I would have preferred to know that since you are promoting a local product, value adding it, which is good, I really support it 100%. Will it be also that you will only be allowing homemade kites to fly, or you will include some of those imported kites?
No, you can't import no kites.
Fine, so no imported kites will be in.
No.
Good.
Well, my kite they look like they imported when they don't you know.
No. I don't want it looking. No, if you look imported, it's no good.
No man, my kite, all of my kite they got a signature too, cause my kite they got a signature. My kite they got my signature.
Something about the imported kites. I have tried several of them for my grandchildren. The problem with the imported kites is that you cannot fly a kite in strong wind without tail.
Yeah.
Because the loop for those kites cannot be adjusted.
Okay.
I can make a box kite and I can make any kite and I can adjust the loop to keep it how I want.
Yeah.
But with these kites, they cannot fly in strong wind once they don't have tail. We tried it. They won't work.
Shana.
So I believe that the kites that they are selling should not have been imported in the first place because they are not good.
Same question. Is Joe going to be in the contest?
Joe?
Are you going to let him in?
If he
I
brings
will enter the contest, but I will come and buy a kite from Raibo for my grandson.
Why? No, Mr. Reed don't really like buy kite for me. You know, cause anytime he buy a kite for me, he got for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, my kite is expensive, but they're durable.
No, the point I want to make is that you make the kites, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying now, with the chairman permission, who is a promoter of that sense of community through the Charles Burton Park, and the show I want to say that, Mr. Chairman, with your support, I don't want to have about 5-6 children coming through the Chairman Foundation.
All right.
And we'd like to enter them, and we want you to make the kites for them. So I know this thing is Sunday right here, but it's not if the chairman can agree.
Well, listen, Raibo got kite. You know, say the man saying, sure, the kite, the man got kite in our whole room, you know. Full of kite.
I obsessed with kite, you know, uncle. I kind of crazy people. Everybody ask me that why they make so much kite, why still make kite. I say, one could I think I don't know why they make kite. This same kite contest and me tell Mr. Reed they have this kite contest and you tell me why I don't think okay then Mr. Reed you could there. You could there, you think you are telling me about kite.
The chairman permission, I want Charles Burton Park to enter the contest.
We in there. We in there.
If you have a okay, good, no, you're already fine. All right, sorry about that.
Listen, Ray.
They're in.
Ryan, the key member of the Charlie Burton, you know, he a chief security. He make sure everybody all right in there.
Okay.
But the kites, if you want, Ryan, what the man to say he want 5 kites for 5 kids enter, but and we got enough kids for enter kites anyway, right? So
yes, man.
Right.
But you know when sell the kite, we know when fly and we know when beat for you kite. We want good kite too.
Una get good kite, una go pick out a bag of kite, una go pick out 5 kite out a bag of kite.
Oh wow.
Shana, this is the second annual, I believe, right?
This is the first one.
First,
so
yeah, this is the first one. That is on. They only have 1 year. They only have 1 year. Mr. Reed, make a give a list that. The 13th of March 2023. Stop it, man.
All right, go ahead.
That when the people they get funded, when they funded.
But Mr. Raibo, I'm gonna come in again. I'm sorry if I broke up. I don't know what I'm doing. What I want to see. The initiative has been taken by the Boeing company to do a value added to a local product, which I commend highly. But because now for some reason they choose to also make it a day for the flying of kites. But I want to see that the kites on that day will also be featured as a Belizean product.
Yeah.
But you will have the chip as a value-added Belizean product.
Mm-hmm.
The kites should be promoted now to create an industry.
Mm-hmm.
A man like Mr. Raibo also would rise through his initiative of making kites.
You know, stop making kite.
If you check the imports of kites in this country, check it, and see the thousands of dollars, we need not import them because they are not good anyhow.
When time I see my guy, they want to surprise. I want to know how I got so much talent, and then the people they want stay me put bill kite and advertise and thing, all kind of thing, man. I got your son. You know, sometimes you tell his story, right? My painter, I got a painter where I bring in way from China, come paint for my kite, you know, uncle. You understand me?
Yeah, but why you try to do now?
When you see me kite, you know, see them, man.
No, man,
We're excited to see it.
You're the artist. You got the skill.
Mm-hmm.
But what you need to do now, and this is why they come in, to give your consultancy to create one industry.
Yes, sir.
And I believe you can use with Boeing advertising and promoting a local product.
Yes, man.
Use this as a forum to launch your kite making, so that the country will have two products that will be created that day as an industry.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes,
Because what we want to do, guys, is this is the first year we've been doing it with Snackers. We've been doing it previous years, like maybe 10, 15 years ago with other brands, but this is Snackers. And because it's Belizean, kite flying is Belizean, we want to see if this is something annually that we can do. So what it can be is next year, we can reach out to you, Raibo, and say, hey, let's do this. Let's partner together and do this.
Yes, man. Yes,
And we
man.
start
Yes, man.
promoting this
Yeah.
early and do
Cause
it
don't forget your class.
even bigger.
Don't forget your class. So say how you said for the M, you got price for the biggest kite. On business, you have 3 biggest kite category. Because what money can't stand upside our singer when they come for biggest. You understand me? Yeah, money if you go in one category, biggest money, biggest singer, biggest star, renter, you come to biggest kite.
Okay.
You check? Yeah.
Right.
Because then what singer always got out of money due to the top stick. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah.
But you know what I like about this is because now what Shana is saying, right? But that next year you want to be some consultant to this too.
Scenario me easy to overstand things. I mean, I like what they are on the table. I overstand things. Me no understand things. Scenario.
All right, Lisa, want to know how long does it take to make a kite, and what's its fly span? I imagine how long your kite ever stay up in the sky.
I got a kite. My kite stay up for about 3 days. 3 days.
Where am if it rain?
If it rain, it's still not come down. I put a raincoat for my kite now too, man.
Yeah. Okay.
That where the lead tactics and thing come in, you check.
When I used to make kite, right, but when I made the make kite, we never need raincoat.
Yeah.
I can make kite where could I may fly between the rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe. What?
Yes, man. See, I really like that, you know. Next time I get ready for him, I never know I meet somebody like me. I tell you, I will get ready for a man, Sinari. Let me alone, man. Sinari, you know, when I smile, I listen to Joe. When I smile, man, what? When I smile, I listen to Mr. Joe. Depends on how kind of kite. My big kite, easy for me. Build a small kite. Yeah. The small one, they take more time because the smaller, but the big one, I take. For me, I be like 18-foot kite, it take me about hour and a half taps. Yeah.
We know growing up where we used a straw after the coconut tree. Where you use for your kite then? I see you cut some stick too.
Yeah, I use straw for my small kite, but when the kite they get big, I use stick. I go buy me one stick. Right now, Sinari, if I explain the amount of money I spend for pancake this year, I don't spend about $700 or $800 per kite. Not to say, boy, you crazy. I mean, I buy a pig. I mean, I buy something. Yeah, I tell him, boy, you crazy. You can't come and tell me nothing. I love kite. No, this weekend and next weekend, all the hard work where I put in, I finally pay off. Name things that I crazy. I just a bill kite for bill kite sake. Yeah.
Now,
Right, but do you build box kite?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Because I mean, they suggest that if the company where the produces is Boeing, don't you think that you could develop and the kind of kites that will be flying on that day? Like you made out a good point, a very important point to categorize.
Right.
And I to decide that before Sunday because it would help Mr. Ribo to know how to satisfy the market out there for Sunday.
Well, I tell you what we usually do.
Well, you see when kite contest go, uncle, no key category negat. Well, I the king of the sky. Me, no key category one got no key category one thing but come up for kite. I go a kite for that.
You see, because creativity should be a separate thing.
Oh yeah,
in the
there's one.
Yeah, creativity always there in one category. Creativity always there in one category.
And knowing Ribo what usually happen, I one of them kite when got the name and the product on it. So
Senior Reed man, stop it man, Senior Reed man, Senior Reed, why don't I road for man? Man, Senior Reed. You see how you see the older Nigerian come in the other day and he just clean up everything. He no can't tell nobody about fin tactics. He ride solo man, Senior Reed.
All right. Only one area, man. Only one area.
Hey, my sister don't say we were partner. When she see my thing, then she say right, but you bad. You're rough. Respect, sister.
Can't wait.
You know, I tell you though, because we talk about local talent and whatnot, but real and local talent.
Yeah, and not only me one too. And not me one. I got so young boy we bad like me too. Not only me one. Yeah, cause one thing me not afraid to say who bad just like me. They got a young boy for Raccoon Street and then you got Police Smart Son. Yeah, then young boy they rough.
Two of them good pancake.
Yes, man. That young Police Smart Son bad pan Baxi and young boy half a Raccoon Street he bad pan Mooney. Yeah, then they are my competition. Yeah.
Which one is better than you?
Why I don't think why well when time me in a contest, they usually say the judge name favoritism for me because I know if we put my kite out there make it no move. I know how to make a kite fly. You understand me? I know where the people and look for. I know good when it look for.
All right, when you think about visiting one or two of the merchants.
Right.
And try to get them on to say, well, listen, man, we can manufacture kites for you all.
Yes, man.
Would you support this Belizean product and give
yes,
us
man, Uncle. Uncle, I 100% Belizean.
Let me tell you the places where they sell them now and the price where they sell at to give you an idea if you don't know. Poland Bay, they sell. They sell a lot of kites for like $15, $16, $17. We can't buy strong wind.
That's true, Uncle.
They got twins where they sell some of them. We got tail. The tail ones are right because it's strong wind and could handle it. But if you look at them kites where they bring in, those kites are not properly engineered kites.
Yeah, true.
And that you can make better kites than what have been imported.
You see bird there, Uncle? I got a young boy about 13 or 14 who can make them see bird there. And when you see that bird there, the fly, you know, I believe that a young boy make them bird there. I respect that you there. Yeah.
And I think that you can help let Boeing give you some hand there to let you begin to have some guaranteed distributors in Belize to market your kites just like how they are marketing them. Without they force it, Pandey.
Yeah.
One win-win situation.
Well,
yes, man. Real.
If we have to, we might have to. I mean, Simon should be carrying Ribo kites, you know. So
exactly.
Real, Uncle. My kite in 100% fly. If you buy a kite for me and you can't tell me that no fly, I give you 10 kite. You tell me lie. I mean, okay, what you want to tell me? I give you 10. I will give you 10.
Tell me something, because we know the tail important, but one part of it, a lot of people can't get that the loop.
Yeah.
The
loop.
How important is the loop?
That the loop. Well, you see that our next specialty again. I got a young boy where usually make loop for me when I sell the kite there. And then when I put my kite there out there in the sky, well, you know, nobody touch nothing for me. I put on my own thing, my thing there, because then a Tara thing. Sometimes I just hand to you, Uncle. When you're gifted. I put a loop on anything I apply.
All right, but the chairman made a good point. Because your loop, you see, you can put on a loop for a kite to fly very, very high.
Yeah, because you got mountain loop, you got pulling loop.
Correct, mountain loop, you're right. That's the right.
Yeah.
Have loop, whether for pull.
Yeah, and then you have pulling loop. Yeah.
Loop where we used to play where we put one to raise a blade at the end of the tail and you try to cut away. So you make your kite then where you could zigzag.
Yeah, that when you put on leave it a tail. That when you put on leave it a tail pan if you make you go on bad.
Loop where you put to make it go cross and cross. Then the tail one, the blade pan the tail one cut with the other one kite.
That's why I usually make big kites so that entire ISO Ali kite they give me trouble. I just let out my big kite close to that, and that end up you be my big kite tail. You understand me? Kind of smaller than my kite. And then the next thing is so I could judge your kite all day from morning till evening. And when I could say your kite win first place, but when the contest done, where the kite there, your kite could pop with 5 minutes. Where the kite there we win. So if you don't have your kite, you can't win again, uncle. So the judging that you have to who made it that second half will get first. Cause the kite when they did that not there again.
Yeah.
So once the kite pop where that's it, you can't.
Because then the people they usually want to take picture of the kite. Where the kite there? Where the kite they will win first place. How we not going to picture of the kite to win first place?
That one important point, Joe, because I want industry that we could create that's in the making and really saying got 3-4 other people who could make kite.
Yes, man.
Supply the
Yes, man.
kite.
Yes, man.
And with companies like Boeing and Boeing launching these kite contests from time to time every year. Now, Ray, I'm seeing an interview that you did. I'm going to talk about the breeze now because certain the wind that one factor. If you're not going to breeze, you can't fly kite.
Yeah.
Right.
Today, for instance, I know.
Yeah, the breeze they up right now. The breeze high right now.
Anything you put out them here fly.
Yeah. And still like right now, like how the night set now. Anything where I make now there at time where I check for test my thing then cause people know what I check my thing there, put out there and every breeze there. Yeah.
Nice.
So when time you go, the sun they know me are good. Yeah, I fly kite any hours.
So Shana, we look forward to an annual event then as far as the
Absolutely.
kite, right?
Absolutely.
And what are some of the other snacks that we can look for from Snackers? Because
I want to show your name, man. I want to show your name.
Yeah. All of the products.
I want to show your name, man.
All right.
Yeah. Alpha and the chips, Alpha and football. Alpha and football on my tip and one of my kite.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So right now we only have corn chips, but as we go along, it's a Belizean product, so we want to advance into maybe like plantain chips and cassava chips, different things like that we can do. But we're trying to get a foothold on the corn chips for right now.
But Shana, you know what impresses me is that Boeing and Boeing are one Belizean company, and we know that you apply one number of Belizeans.
Absolutely.
Steady jobs. So I think that another aspect we have to look at, that we need to support some of our own local people. And if it make the chips out of local products, therefore we also an extension of other products that are getting supported. No, the corn makers, for instance. Certainly, everybody likes a good corn chips. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I've had the Snackers chips, and they're and tell you what, they're up to par with other stuff. Are we gonna be able to get some authentic Belizean seasoning maybe, and putting even more of a Belizean flavor upon that?
Absolutely. So that's the plan as well down the road, for us to talk to people and find out more about what type of flavoring and seasoning that they like, and then see how we can incorporate that. So we have some Belizean touch to it. But for right now, what we're going on is, I guess, what the market prefers. We are into that cheese flavor. We're into that lime and spice. So that's what we have. What we want to see as we move in, like people may want other flavors. And so we want to talk to people and find out what exactly it is they'd be interested in.
Are we going to have chips to sample and stuff out there? Will they be
yes,
available? Wonderful.
Yes.
What at the time? We're not going nowhere. We're going to talk to you and leave it more after this.
Yes, man. I don't know where you're
All right. Shana, I know we'll let you go directly, but we want to know what at the time at the event, and what else can we expect there? What are we supposed to do?
Okay, so the event runs from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. From 11 to 12, people will be registering their kites. So this is when you register for different categories. Juniors and seniors will be registering. At 12:30 sharp, we start the kite flying competition. In addition to that, I know a lot of people will have kids out there. So we will have face painting for kids. We will have bouncy house. We will also have a kite making station for those younger kids that might want to have that interest in making kites, but might not know how to fly a kite yet. So we'll have people teaching them how to make kites, to make their own little kites as we're out there. We'll also have chips, we'll have beverages out there for people to eat and enjoy as well.
I have a question. If you are junior, could register in a senior category?
No, unfortunately not.
Give your argument for that, because me and you had a good argument for that today.
Yes, man.
He said in the term that a junior could win cross country race.
Yes, man.
So,
but it's still a junior. It's still a junior, and junior and senior it's divided by age. So that is the difference.
You can't win the one can't win the two event. Is that
correct? It? Exactly.
Right.
And a junior can't be in a senior until he gets to a certain age. No matter how good he is, he cannot be a part of the senior cross country until he gets to a certain age.
Let me ask you a question before you go off here, madam.
Of course.
What was it that prompted you all to have an ally at kite raising for a Belizean-made product to be promoted?
What prompted us to do the kite festival, to have the kite festival?
Right.
So kite flying, like I said, we started it about 10, 15 years ago. And I think kite flying is a part of our culture. It's a part of our history. It's something we enjoy. We all grew up with our parents making kites for us and teaching us how to fly kites, whether they flew or not. That was a part of it. So what we wanted to do was to bring that back. There are people that are serious kite makers, that are professional, that are experts in kite making, and we wanted to bring that back. We wanted to engage them. This is a Belizean thing with a Belizean product, and we wanted to put both of them together. And it's really an industry that we want to build back. I feel like, and maybe I don't know enough, but I feel like it's dying slowly, and it's something I think we can revive and we can build back and we can make it a big thing.
Well, that argument from Raibo. That what you think, really? The kite thing, the DIAF?
I mean, look for that. For choose, we got a good while. We not got a decent kite contest. The last time we got a nice kite contest at the council.
But that before COVID, right?
Yeah, maybe before COVID.
So I think COVID trunk wrenching in a lot of things. So we need to get back there. We need to keep it on track. Shanna, we really want to thank you and Boeing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
See, you could go in a Boeing files and find my name there when Boeing does got kite contest and a Coca-Cola.
Yes, it was on their Coca-Cola.
My name done there in the records.
All right, so you got Coca-Cola kite too, or on Sprite, or what? Which one?
No, they don't I got Snuckers kite. They don't sponsor us Snuckers.
Big respect.
Yeah, big Boeing no.
We want to thank you, darling, for coming.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing you on Sunday, right?
Sunday.
So
see you guys on
Digit
Sunday.
Park. And from 10, I believe it is, in the morning.
From 11.
11. Till 5.
All right. Till 5. All right. Yes. And we look forward to a good competition. And I don't want a thief for Raibo, just call your Anya and make friend and what.
That when people now when they are listening, people in favoritism for me, no man, senior read. No man.
Good thing I don't know one of the judges. So let's see how it goes.
All right, good. We don't know the judge then, though.
No, we will not reveal the judges till you get there.
Good, because we don't want to.
I just know what I had to pray for the judge, to watch my kite too much kite time and watch my kite and then there was a kite.
All right. Well, we'll see. Shana, thanks a lot.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Yeah. Thanks, Shana.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Joe,
bye guys.
Bye. Have a nice Joe, we'll talk to Raibo, leave it. Raibo, let me tell you about Raibo. Raibo, that one of the guy, the only man in this area, and when I say that, who come out, and every time I drop and load a Sanya, Raibo the next morning, they start to spread before I even get up. So that one man will really help me to develop this part, and there anybody I give credit for assisting with this man where we talk about right now that him. Now, Ray has been through the mill. And Ray, I want to talk to you about the state of emergency and whatnot. Is it working? Is it affecting us in the south side? Where they go on with it? How you see it?
The state, not seen that?
Yeah, man.
Boy, that state that problem took us some time. The man, they just come pick up people and no business to pick up.
And just sweep everybody, no?
Yeah, sweep people till the time they don't do the information, then they want to tell about the sorry and this. Yeah.
But usually though, then sweep up man we known. And look at it, motorcycle. We're known now because you got one lot of guys who have been out there and decide why you grow tight then.
Yeah.
Because tell me if I'm wrong, because there's a certain age when you reach where you say, boy, this is simple.
Yes, man, you get enough. That certain age you reach when you say you get enough too. When a family time.
But of course, they're not like you could fall asleep, correct?
No man, you can't fall asleep. Cause I just like when you just catch my brother the other day, every time he gonna change the check me. He never believe that young boy me a play wrong and I kill her. Yeah. Cause if he thinks that young boy me a play wrong and he know me going back best in your read.
Real, you see one difference in the youths where they come up.
Yeah, they too ignorant. They young boy where they come up too ignorant towards life. So they don't know understand it towards life.
And no reason and what now. That what? They just not got no hope. They not see nothing. They feel like they get oppressed. The what?
I feel like that sick when they must not got no father figure wrong there to no senior read. Our father figure play a big role in your life.
Yeah. But then you have played father figure to a lot of the young boy because
and then you see what happened. They still when time they reach certain age, they still tends to not listen to you. Yeah, I want to do what they do. So before that, where you think most of the time people name fast and up by the picnic, left and right, they make go down there one road. Cannot get all your try with them, they still turn up and not be bad.
We can't stop trying. We have to. What we could do, Rasta? What we could do for make the young boy get his sense?
Why see that? I can't tell you. I can't. Why they need to try understand life. They need some farmland. Now the best thing I could say is they need to understand life. Come most and here stay towards life.
You think we will get someone for doing the farming and go to bush?
Then that again they have to like it. They have to like it. I see most of them just know about the mango tree. When time the mango tree got a mango.
They don't know about planting.
They don't know about the mango tree. When the mango tree just the blossom, when they flowers. Then from flowers, then the bee come suck the pollination, cross pollination. Then you see some little small thing where look like some little small ball. Then they start get big turn into mango. They don't know about patience.
Yeah,
everything. The first thing first, that the way how their parents grow into. Most of the time they grow up with Nema, and then Nema think by giving your picnic everything where it ball for. That's all life go. Then no winter you can't give your picnic when the ball for no when they come of age. They think about if you go down the wrong road. Road, yeah. They think about if you walk out. Because then you can't provide for them anymore.
No.
I see somebody mind some big 25-year-old picnic. So 25-year-old picnic still living there. See that real time me 14 me done the sell bread and bun for my granny already. And my stepma. And me to push my cat. By the time me 17, 18, me done it for my own already.
But I tell you another thing where I admire about you. You're one family man. You got children and your children and dead at school.
Yes, man. What they can't play no last game.
So you certainly know the steering and one. In fact, I've heard you interact with these kids and telling them that you don't want to live this kind of life where you have to watch policeman run through your house.
Yeah, you know what?
Watch your back with. So I really want to appreciate you doing that, and I hope you stick to it. And I really hope that you're not gonna fall in at the way where something happen that way cause problem. You see what I'm saying? So and the kiting, if we could get the kiting thing, and Joe seems interesting. Joe, we have to do what we could for get there, young boy. Forget this industry off of the ground, you know.
Yes, man, Uncle Joe. Yes, man, we are working with Uncle Joe. Yes.
Yeah, if you allow me one input, because I think you are on something very important to police and to all the whole world. The issue about the child and the family. It is a scientific fact dealing with human beings from the sociological experience. They could born genetically predisposed to something. It could be lung, it could be one disease, diabetes. But at the end of the day, a human being will be determined by environment. The environment determining the human being. If two kids born today, twin, you take one and you send them immediately into a far more disciplined society, highly developed, sense of community, sense of collective belonging. And you leave the other one in a decadent society,
Mm-hmm.
although they were born of the same father and mother
That is right.
and twins, you will find that they will be different. Though that is a scientific fact, it's empirical evidence.
Yeah, I will.
I am saying that the solution to our problems is not difficult to diagnose. Our problem is to be able to apply the cure or the remedy. I remain convinced that we have wasted and are wasted today millions of dollars,
I will.
which I think could have gone in to a development plan for the families beginning on the south side of the city. And if you do that, and I'm saying that to you, right, but now that the chairman has characterized you as a model, being a father and having the children a mother, and how you are there for them, it is your kind of example that we need to be able to use. Now, let's come back to the issue not of the kite per se, but to show that the talents that is within this society, right there on the south side,
Mm-hmm.
many of them have died before they could have been maybe themselves.
I will.
Develop intellectual. No, the point I want to end on is this: your life should be an example and could be used to show that if we do put into it the very talents that are being displayed on that south side with kite making as an example right now, I feel convinced that you can develop an industry. And in developing that industry, you are creating opportunities for children and parents. The truth about it, gentlemen, a human being is born with the good in him. But if you can only give him the opportunity, you can see how it will succeed. I just completed the reading of a book, Poverty by America, not Poverty in America, Poverty by America. And the same problems that the author of that book is saying happening in America to cause poverty, and as a result of the poverty, the crimes, the same situation exists in Belize. And the diagnosis he made is the same situation in Belize. Let us put more into our families. And I would say that the kite flying must not be seen just for kite flying, see it as an industry. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
But obviously, we have to find a way to solve the poverty. And you have made this point before, Joe. We have to share the wealth because Belize has some wealth. But
right.
why can't everybody just want to grab it? Isn't there a degree of greed, you think, that we have to address before we go anywhere with this?
Well, let me give you an example which is there for anybody to look at. Let's take what we call, I want to use a big word just to begin with, but I want to break it down. We like to talk about the macroeconomics of the country, which all countries have. We just hear the census coming out, giving us the demographics and the population. So we have a GDP growth, which is being boasted about, of 4-point-something%, which is fairly high. Now, the growth of that GDP came from construction, tourism. Those were the two main things, and a few other things. Now, if you look around in this country today, gentlemen, where the GDP is high, but the GDP growth is not development. You can create a lot of high GDP, but development can only come through the distribution of the GDP, the equitable distribution. But if you have a GDP of 4%, but 10% of the population, they take away 80% of the money, then how can you say you have development? So the point that we need to begin to look at how we share the growth of this country, how we share all the things that we are producing, the goods and the services, the kites and the chips. How are we sharing the wealth from those things? If we can begin to have a more equitable distribution, as the author of Poverty by America is saying, you are spending billions on the war in the Ukraine. You are financing Israel with billions of dollars to kill out the Palestinians. And I'm using it because we are aware of it. He's citing in his book that if those billions can be given in the poverty areas to give opportunities to families, you would have a greater America.
Real.
That
applies in Belize.
I agree with you, Uncle.
Have a 1.5 billion a year budget. 68% of it is going into paying wages for people who should not even be working because they happen to be the supporter of a particular party, either side in government. What about the many children and the parents that are out there who would want those opportunities but cannot get it because somebody else is taking it who don't deserve it?
Real.
Because they know somebody.
Of course.
Or are related to somebody.
So I would say this, and I'm not here trying to, to flatter rival. But you have many rivals around. We have a lot of talented people in this country.
That is right, real.
But they need the opportunity to bring out their talents and turn it into skills. If we can turn them into skills, and I'm not wanting to be sounding against any particular group of people. I'm not against Chinese or against Indians. But why is it that they are commanding the distribution center in this country?
That is right.
But are not selling our products?
That is right, real.
Why can't they sell our kites? Why can't they sell our chips? Why can't they sell our uniforms? These people that are now suffering and killing out each other, we are not condoning what they are doing. But perhaps they are not the cause. They might be the victims. But to us, they are in fact the culprits. When in fact, we never stop to diagnose and ask ourselves, were they not deprived from the beginning?
But doesn't the government play a role in that, Joe? Aren't they supposed to facilitate?
Well, I would say that the government has a primary obligation, but don't ever believe that we, the people, are not to be blamed.
Well, that is true. Well, not totally, but certainly we have a role to play.
The role that we must play, and I keep saying it, Mr. Chairman, that is somehow, I got involved in this show because of you. But somehow to me, listening tonight to Ribo and that lady and many others that I've heard on this show, I have never seen a show like this in this country. And not because I have been on many shows, many programs, but I must give it credit for this type of thoughts that are coming out and the feelings and the emotions of people and the skills that we see coming forward.
But Joe, and I want Ribo on this program because they're not your run-of-the-mill, your traditional type of guests where we got, but we want to cover all grounds here. Ray has been in the belly of the beast. I've seen him when I was moving around more. We used to go to the Igali farm up the road.
Yes, man.
And chop bush.
I think what time I say, Mr. Joe right about better man.
In the area,
yeah, Uncle. Yeah. St. James's boom. St. James's boom where Mr. Peters then come from. Mr. Peters and Martha Tillett. Yes, man.
Yes. I know that.
So but the man carried son, a young boy back there, and that they introduce them to that life, make sure then they do the hard work and understand what it's all about. And after that, everybody take a little swim, jump back in and we come down, no? So I tell you, and the man work with them boy with the football, we got a football team and whatnot. I mean, the coach until and two of them get up start and they decide make a back up. But I hope you step forward again, Ray. Make we get this sport program back on track now.
Yes, man.
But I fully support. I believe that you can in fact make changes to a child, even when he's already on the wrong side. As a human being, has the capacity to be able. He have some cognitive skills, where he could understand things and he could feel for things. So you have that. But what we need to do is that we need to begin from the cradle. We've got to begin in the cradle because that's when you shape that child.
Yes, man.
When the child within the womb and you sing to the mother at the belly, that child can begin to get a sense and it resonates with her. And that's a scientific fact. Now that child is out. You begin from there, right in that cradle, to begin to shape her. You begin to shape her from then.
Yeah.
And then as he grows, you shape him.
Yeah, you could bend the tree when you're young.
But in the event like us, we are in a vicious cycle. For us to change it now to a virtuous cycle, we need to do it simultaneously. We need to deal from the cradle, but at the same time, we have to address those
And yeah,
the opportunity from the cradle. And I think that this country has the wealth. We have the capacity. The question of the willpower, and that sense of collective belonging. That's what we need, all of us.
But by way, your connection work good. Where do you?
the woman and the woman got internet woman in read.
I know wife will hook you up on that, and it sounds good.
This is my phone.
But I appreciate and I tell you what that the talent of this young man Joe, and our sad thing because we got many of our young people out there who, if we could capture it before it get too far out of bounds.
Yes,
we could
man.
have you contribute to the building of this country, man.
That looks like bro say a lot of the young guys around me that want to change their life, but the resource not really there. If you just say, yeah, we are get up and we go start to life and we go just ease up and start to life. We have to hustle and grind, check uncle. Yeah.
But how the educational system, right? But you think the adequate? You think we need for shake up that a bit.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Then that and next thing is because a lot of young guys can read. You have to learn to read. Yeah. A lot of young guys can read.
Indeed.
We have to make yes, man. We have to keep playing at school. Because my boy, he not playing no last game. He not miss what day at school. He can't miss no day at school. See that read. Make it what side our footballer. Where uncle said the grades half of the up. When they get scholarship, the grades half of the up. But I don't know why not play with him at all. He name why don't he name why they imagine nothing. He name why they imagine nothing. But that lifestyle where I made live. What you think I make sure he try got everything. I know going on that with the period.
No reason for that. No
reason for that.
Make I bring in my next co-host here, Mr. Gregory Morrison. Greg, this Dr. Ryan Davis, who a kite maker one. It's a farmer, farmer, bad boy. Let me put it that way. I mean, there's no shame in the game, no. But, gentlemen, well, I would stand up and vouch for this brother. That one of the guys who have helped to make Charlie Burton this experiment that I have been undertaken here to be a success to the point where it's still the day, and that what we did there since 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Where
peace walk. And you see
what I'm saying? And no more events, and we have never ever had to call the police for anything. Yeah.
Nah, you don't need no police. When police come to my park, I feel disrespectful.
So I mean, and I want to say big up, right? But really, I look forward to the kites. And Joe, we work on that. Greg, you're late to the show. You're missing.
I know. I had some problem making internet connection. I remember though, when I was young, there used to be a guy named Mr. Timothy Rodriguez. He made kite, and he used to always win the competition when they have the kite contest. And his kite they were so huge. They were like the size of a little Volkswagen.
This almost the reincarnation. Yeah, this is a reincarnation right here because this man love a big kite. Any kind of the kite that, like I'm saying, I mean, that what the tallest kite? About 12 foot, 14 foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
12 foot.
I remember
then his is probably bigger than Mr. Rodriguez. His that I remember was taller than me when I was young. Well, probably like 6-7 feet, I think they were.
Then a small kite.
They were huge, but for me they were huge, But he used to always win the kite competition when they had the national kite competition out of Paris.
But right, what I love of it, you just love my kite. You just like you know where I'm.
What style kites you make? Different
singer harmonia back say.
Oh, okay.
I just get in a really creative thing. Now.
Okay. Kite is a very big thing in Malaysia, I think. They're very big in kite making, and they have all different type of kites. And
yes, man. Out on the inside there, I want going to competition, man. Out on the inside there, I want going to competition.
Yeah.
the thing is now that I think rival like a kite then too much. Because sometimes I make a kite and I say, you want to sell? No, boy, you don't want to sell a kite. He want to hold on to the kite.
So, I look to sell my kite like that. Hey, Scenery, today, you don't know, today, one man come from aquí. Boy, the man look for give me $600 to my 2 kite there. Boy, tell a man, pa. No, boy, I can't sell you. I will make 2 for you. The man left for $100. The man left for $100 to me for material. I tell him I will make them for you, pa, but I can't, pa. No, man, I can't. No, man.
You get
17 hours I take to make one of my kites in a read. 17 hours.
You can't get emotionally attached to the kite there.
Sure.
How high when they're that big do they go up? How many feet off the ground you?
The whole far I want to send them.
Well, tell me how far you've sent them. And I talk drift. I talk height.
Height. Sometimes they go straight up, right over your head and fly. Sometimes they fly right over your head, straight up. Okay, how much string you're getting and fly straight up over your head. Yeah, then sometimes you see them way down here now.
But it depends on the loop, right?
Yeah, depends on the loop. Last 2 years, last 2 or 3 years, I'm in fly 2 kite. But when I see the read the same time when I talk up on Crim, I'm in fly 2 kite for Belize. And one of my little boy for 8 miles tell me, right boy, saying 2 kite for 8 miles.
Oh wow!
Yeah, how far it got?
What type of string do you use to tether the kite to? Is it?
I use some string. I use some regular songs. You can fly with nylon, but nylon usually cut you. I use some string where I buy from market. I don't know the name of the string. I don't really got no name. Yeah.
Okay. When we were kids, we used to make them, and we used to put razor blade at the end of the.
That
is. Most of the time, it just tie up your kite.
Yeah, I hear that story there. Again before that. I hear that story earlier.
Joe broke the news long time.
Yeah, I hear that story earlier.
Oh, yes,
obviously, you are him in the Japanese and see the badness in a kite.
Yeah.
I give you a little history about my kite making. There's a grandfather I had, my grandfather-in-law by marriage, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the chairman will remember him. There's a guy by the name of Swabi Tillit.
Yes, sir.
He was the grandfather of Bill Lindo and Michael Lindo.
Yes, I know Mr. Swabi. I'll tell you a story about him when he's when
So what happened, I used to make kite, but we were limited to buoy and moon kite. Yeah. And then he began to make some singers that we go to the barracks, and when you fly them, they can sing. They are not
really buzz. They buzz.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get interested, and then my father was making box kite. So I learned to make box kite from him. Then I learned to make singer and moon kite. Then I began to sell kites. I used to sell a singer for like maybe 10 cents. A box kite was like 15 cents. That was a lot of money then.
Yeah, really, you charge too much, my boy.
Yeah, you go. Watch out, Scenery.
You charge me. You got money for me, boy.
Then Swabi told me, he said, Jose, he said, I have a book and I will lend it to you. But please, you got to take care of it and give it back to me. And he lent me a book. And there was a book about making kites.
Yeah.
So I kind of gone through the book. And from then, I saw the different kites. And then I begin to understand the science of it. I begin to understand what makes it fly high, what makes it fly in every way you want, depending on the loop.
Right.
So we used to have a contest to make the kite go out of sight.
Yeah.
It's to get the kite out of sight.
Yeah.
But you know, Joe, you buy my kite then for you know, because I like your price.
The pricing 15 cents, right?
There's a guy by the name of Bambi. He used to work by the dockyard when they're building our boats and so, right? No, he wanted me to make a kite. I know I can make kite. But he wanted me to make a big singer for him. So we went to the dockyard and I tell him, you will cut the sticks. And I told him what size and everything I want. So I made this singer pretty big. The thing is, boy, when we got to raise it, the bloody thing nearly pulled me down.
Yeah, if you make it too big.
I got it so big that I couldn't raise them myself. We got a barracks to go raise them big kites.
Yeah.
But they were not the size like where you build. I must say, we were maybe like 6 feet. 1 6 feet kite was considered a big kite then.
Yeah.
Then kite where Ribo got no small people can hold that. I ain't back on any boy, man.
Yeah.
Greg, tell me the story about Swabi Tillit now.
You know what? Once when I was a little kid, I was running. You know, when you make those box cart, I was running and I stepped on a potted meat pan cover, and that thing cut my foot. And he took me to the hospital and waited there for me. He had a little gray Austin, I think that was his car.
Yeah,
And-
green.
Yeah, and he
Great.
took me to the Belize City Hospital and waited there for me for a while, and then he said, "You know what? I have to go now, but I brought you here."
So the man, a good deed for the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he did a good deed.
Speaking about that, make us say something on this flight, the same day with the kite flying
I
thing.
contest a good deeds there, for sure.
Correct. They got one
Yeah.
good deeds day where some people from the states they encourage people to do a good deed on that particular day. So we have some of our kids out there doing good deeds, you know, and being a part of the kite thing. So certainly when they Joy, you have to come out there and bring your kite, man.
What day is it again? You've told me about it, but
the 14th of April.
About the 14th of April, that the kite flying one.
Yes, but that are the good deeds day too.
Yeah, there.
Now,
Good deeds there the same day.
right, we're gonna have apart from that on the 29th, which will be the Labor Day weekend. I believe the Labor Day the agri show will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as per usual. And then Monday in at the Charlie Burton Park, we ain't got one big competition, one five-a-side competition. We ain't got activities for the kids. This is one kind of like one finish up at the whole kite thing. We're probably raising a couple of kites there too. We're raise the championship kite. How you see?
Yeah.
So, but the day of the kite contest is the Good Deeds Day, where they're asking everybody to just, for no particular reason, with no recompense, no reward, just do a good deed for anybody that you meet out there. You meet somebody when you a Lee hand with something, you pick them up and give them a Lee hand, and just for that day, you put in a good deed. If there's something, if we get started, you don't know how far that could go, because really we need more goodness in this world, man. We need people with just the goodness of the heart, no?
Yeah.
But Joe, the kite thing, we will have to look into that more. We have to try help them guys get to a market, man. You know, create an enabling environment so that we do take over this market, take back this local market.
Yeah. And more people who got more competition.
You see what I'm saying?
Different company who got more competition too.
They don't have to make one business for rival business. We don't call rival business. Bring back the money.
Bring back the kite.
Bring back the money. The money we didn't go with for the imports. We want to bring it back.
Yes, man.
Why are they importing kites now? They don't make them?
Yeah, man, and import a lot of kites is our Joe the second thing and buy one, but you can't fly. You know?
Okay.
You have all the stores are selling imported kites. In fact, they're not selling any local kites because maybe they didn't know that we have local kite makers out there. We could supply them. But
well, then it's easy to make those kits because people want to, when you're doing kite making, you want to be a little active in it too. So what you probably have to do is make some kits, and people could assemble them on their own, and then have those for sale. You see, rather than a finished product. You could have that too, but I think the kids want to be a little involved. I remember there was some parts I couldn't do when I used to make them until after a while, and so I used to have a friend that could make it, and then he put it on the string. He'd do all the string. Then I just do that time we used flour paste to hold the crepe paper together, right? So he put it on the string, and then I just do the flour paste and buy my crepe paper and paste it over it and attach it to the frame that he had built for me.
Well, I remember now, my day that the roach they used to eat with kite.
Well, it's that you have to you didn't put kerosene in the flour. You have to put,
you could, but how want to handle that now, Ray? What you do? What you use now?
I use glue. I got glue.
Okay.
That's why my kite now forget expensive. Cause before COVID, I made to pay $13 for glue. Now I pay 17 change for the same bottle of glue.
What type of glue do you use?
Silicone glue.
Oh, I see.
But back then, we never had any choice. We had to use flour, but we put Mr. Gregory said, we put kerosene because the roach want to eat it.
Roach hungry like everybody else, no? No.
Yeah.
And then I think that, you see, you used to get what you call the kite paper. So the colorful kite paper is when you make the box kite.
Yeah.
And then you get those bugs. Remember they had those bugs we used to light?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put them in a box kite that night.
Oh.
Yes, P-rum.
Yeah. And you see the air.
But you know what? I don't see P-rum again. The green one, they want to sting. They got the red one. No, I don't want to mess with the red one because then a firefly.
Yeah, but
I don't know where the P-rum. They got to stay still, no?
Man, still running to the one again, man.
No, man, you know that people used to go to dance with one P-rum.
Yes. You got a tie up on a string and got to run up and down your shirt and whatnot. Yeah, I mean
that is something past me.
You remember that?
No, I didn't have that experience.
You don't know about P-rum.
I've seen them, but I've never taken them. I've never.
P-rum got a pretty green light.
I know.
You put that in your pocket, you see the light through your pocket.
We used to put them in a jar. And give them a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, but they don't bite. That's the good thing about them. But if you catch a wrong kind of like the firefly, they won't sting, you know.
Yeah.
But the kite thing, though, I think that's something where we really going to have to work on. We have to keep the tradition alive because certainly there are many things that we're losing, and we can't afford that, man. Because of such a thank you. The bandit himself said, "Big up the kite maker." I think you remember him come by the park and hang out to the farm.
Yes, man. Respect.
Yeah, the man of foreign.
I'll tell you something with kites, Raibo.
Yes, uncle.
I talk about the market now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what Mr. Gregory said, like in Malaysia, and also in the Philippines and Taiwan, where kite part. But you know what they do? When you make a kite like you are making it, it has a higher value because, like in the arts, you do something with your hand, it carries a higher value in the market than if you manufacture.
Yeah, by machine. That is right. Yeah.
So you'll find that then kites where they come, they are all manufactured kites.
Yeah.
They come off from assembly line. Now what we do? We make it from the hand.
That is right.
So to me, the tourists will come where they spend overnight and so. Then I buy kites because they like the idea it's made from the hand.
Yes. And that's what I tell you. You could make it. You could make it as a kit that you could build. You know.
Yeah, a good idea.
Anytime I make my 200 kite for City Council, about 5 or 6 young boys around me pick me where they hit land for my kite man.
Okay.
And then start from scratch. Then Alan ain't going with me. Go get my leave. Then we appeal, we leave. Then we will measure, we leave. Then we will start frame. Then we will stick paper. Then everybody will get one amount of frills to cut and thing for cut.
We want big up to the council because the past
few years. Yes, man. And then you got it right. See, I read that City Council got the kite thing go on for the past couple of years. And they make kite and not stop make kite. You check? Every year they had 200, 300 kite.
How do you get the tail? We used to go tear my mom's stuff up and get the cloth, make the tail. Sometimes you get in trouble.
No. Make I tell you the story.
Yeah, right now, I had the big all of my neighbor and I need 2 whole sheet because I need a lot of tail right now.
Remember.
I need 2 whole sheet to tape on it.
It hot now, but the other day when they get cold, Joe. Remember a couple months ago, I did in my bed the shiver and try find a sheet. Then I remember that Raibo got all my sheet the year before.
And I need a couple more sheets right now. I need a couple sheets for right now, Tina Reid. I need 2 sheets for right now, Uncle.
Joe got some sheet there, my sheet.
Yes, man, I need 2 of them for Uncle Joe too. I need sheet right now.
But yeah, the tail important.
Yes.
In fact, you not only add the ballast, but they also add a little style.
Yeah.
But that certainly one art.
Then see if I make a straw kite, for you can't use plastic bag tail for none of my straw kite. All of my straw kite use cloth tail. Have to use cloth tail.
And I don't like see that plastic bag thing. I see that you're gonna make kite out of plastic, the whole plastic bag.
But that's so you know about my kites in here, we don't we just know about paper down there. You got paper now.
We
You
got
got
no, man.
newspaper
No,
and
man.
newspaper. You just
No,
use a
man.
plastic bag.
No, we used
yeah,
to use I think we call it crepe paper.
Crepe
No, it was
paper, yeah, crepe paper, but
yeah,
crepe paper, but then after newspaper.
No, man, no. You had what you call kite paper.
kite paper.
Man,
Yeah,
thin,
kite
thin
paper.
Not the crepe. The crepe paper different.
You don't
Yeah,
make
yeah. It's tight.
Yeah,
tight-
crepe
tight
paper different from kite paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
make
It's like the paper we
kite
use
paper.
for wrapping gifts. It's
Correct,
like
correct. That
crepe paper that we use for wrap, but not kite paper different. But you say
Yeah, kite paper different, kite paper thinner.
yes.
And you
Yes.
just sell it a few places, sell kite paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be 12 cents for a big piece. We go and buy it.
Well, I don't use kite. I use my own special paper for my kite. I don't use any paper that chuck. Then last long. Then I tear easy.
Well,
I use my own.
They begin to get the brown paper. They say
Yeah.
brown paper to make the bigger kites, the big
Mhm. Yeah.
You
From-
know,
And then you paint it. How do you do it? You paint it. How do you get the colors?
no. I mean, I'm getting ready to tell you that. Cause you hear right by the time, but he got paint up from China, all kind of thing. He got paint
Yeah.
up from Belizean boy way.
Yeah, my painting up from China.
No, China, yeah. Stop your
Ah.
fool, man. But the guy paint the amazing painter, you know.
I don't go tell nobody when me get my painter from me. Can go make a man paint for it.
I don't call him my name. Call him man name of the man at least. But that's certain. But the man put a finish on the kite. I see that man paint something on the kite, you know. He paint an eagle. Remember the eagle I make?
Yeah, the eagle. Yeah.
Boy, that was awesome.
I got one of the baddest painter in Belizean for you, one of the baddest Belizean painter for you, uncle. Yeah, but boy, then my secret, my secret tactics. Then what? Well, first thing first, the expensive bad. Kite pay 500 to paint for my kite. You know, I forgot a lot of money for go see him. You know, I forgot a lot of money for go see my painter.
Yeah. But the
Right,
man,
you know what you want to do? You better patent your kite. Go and get one patent on it.
and the unique ones, yeah.
Yes, man, you have to get one patent.
Yeah.
But we certainly have to get the industry going. We have to
Yes,
make
man, a real uncle.
and more companies are to have kite contests too.
That's right.
Because
Sure, I just like where I tell you a real uncle.
kite
One
serve-
company have to kite contest.
it serve different purposes, right? Number one, they promote their product. And
Yeah.
in fact, they could get a prize for the best kite with their product.
That is right. That is right. With the logo. Yeah. See, now you know, so when I was small, I was look out to brothers habit kite because then winter you win while he first place prize, you will get what school bag, you will get what lunch kit with all kind of pencil and thing, you will get so much books, so much eraser, so much sharpener, and then I was look out for go win for go to school with your check scenery.
Yeah.
Yes, man, I was look out for them for go win them for brothers habit. Yes, man, for go to school with. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
man.
was asking, do you have workshop? But I think you said you do hire some of the kids to come in
Yes,
and
man.
make the kite, so that serves as that function, I gather.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah, you got the kids and they love it too.
Oh, of course.
no, they don't
People,
got the
people
kite,
like
they
to
don't
work
want-
with their hands. People
Yeah, that just like if I make 100 frame right now, I just want to make 100 frame. Then I was sending an antelope, then they were paper, and then I was sending a giving that treat by where Mr. Reed live, and then the young boy put on a loop on it for me.
Yeah.
But that one process and
Yeah, that three different man touch my kite now.
yeah, it works though. I mean, and I'll tell you what, while people are out there that think them boy are they out there to get trouble, and guys
Yes,
they
man.
make kites, and if they had one market for it, I mean that there you go, you're taking off some of the big trouble off of the street because when them boy out there, they could be trouble. But once they get off of the street and do something constructive, workshops that people can pay to attend, another good idea.
I am convinced that we have a market in Belize, and we have a market for many things that can be Belizean. The problem we face right now is that the reality of our economy is that the distributor, what we call the merchants, they make profits, big profits. Their bottom line is maybe 20-25%. Now, when you have the distribution sector, for many reasons, and I don't want to go through them tonight, can make such high returns. Why would I want to put my money into something where I want to go on low return and the risk higher? So what we need to do is this. For us to make sure that we can produce or promote the local talents with the skills and the products, It's a matter of coming together now, where in fact, if you look in the community of Belize City, not because we have high poverty rate means that we are not the greatest contributor to the tax. The number one tax in this country is what you call the GST, the General Sales Tax. Now, the low-income people pay the most of that tax.
Bad man.
Because all of us, everybody, not only the rich pay, the rich don't pay much. Because
Well, they pay a disproportionate portion of it, for sure.
well, caused by nature, the consumption. So what I'm saying now is that we can have the consumers in the market. We can shift them towards the local produce.
You enough you cut your class and say, Mr. Reed say about bad man pay the most tax. Mr. Reed Mr. Bad man pay the most tax. Yeah, Mr. Reed got a valid point here. No, you see, Belize, you see the people that they call criminal bad man. They no really live per budget. They just go other thing. They don't ask how much your check. They just go other thing, uncle. They don't ask the price. Not only amount of money.
No receipt.
Uncle, no receipt. We don't need no receipt. Uncle, you see like me. Why sometimes for the day, look at my budget for the day that's $700-800 an uncle. I tell your people you just have to hands out. You have to look out in the community. You check?
Coming back then, the point is that if we have the consumer power, which we do,
real.
I am saying then that the places who will not sell the product, we have to boycott.
Yeah, who know answer? Yeah, that is right, Uncle. You got a valid point there. Yeah.
True. But then the government could also discourage them bringing it in by putting a higher tax on imports.
That's right. And I could tell you this for a fact, that we are a member of the World Trade Organization.
The TTA.
No, we cannot any longer prohibit or restrict the importation of goods, but we can put a tariff barrier, as well the chairman say. You put the higher taxes for imports and those type of imports.
Oh yeah.
We don't have to import them.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that Belizeans, children, will definitely go for a Belizean kite over these imported kites. So
that is right.
They're boring.
Yeah, that is right.
But again, don't expect government to take the initiative. The initiative will have to come from us because we
that
are
is right.
We get the authority from we. And if they don't do it, we want them to boycott the politicians too.
Outside of the kites, also look on the chips that Bowen are making, local stuff. Right. I mean, we have to look at that too. We have to support our own.
Yeah.
And I've got the people who work there also have jobs and then they can live in. So there's a lot we can do to help, you know.
You know what I'm seeing they're doing right now, if you don't know, in the distribution sector? And this are more because coming out of what I call the more native type Banya business people. If you go on Coney Drive, an example is there. They have several outlets, small units. And what they do now, once, and that's what Boeing is doing, you want to promote for them project, that same project there, and you want to get a place free, you don't have to pay no rent. So the way they do is that you want to have like one franchise from there. So I am saying out of those outlets, you can have kites at those outlets. Because there's a part of our local produce. In other words, the outlets could be for local produce only.
Yeah, the local produce, yeah.
Well,
self-him product, you want to have rent-free access to the units.
The thing is that you talk to a man who don't need much encouragement. I've never seen somebody love a kite. Right about a kite. Now tell me about the weather conditions. The kite seem like, well, we got breeze the whole of March.
Yeah.
March not breezy month. And in fact, there are people who are talking about they are good for like windmill and stuff to generate electricity. But certain the kite, I heard you on an interview that they blew 9th of March again.
Yeah. I don't know we're gonna in the climate scenario. Yeah, for the first 9-10 days in a match. For some reason you don't got breeze. You got breeze from January till the end of February, but for the first 9 days in a match. Enter usually the 12, 13, 14, 15 then. The breeze pick up in a match in a read.
So you think that one climate change kind of thing, maybe?
Yeah, have to be. God, I don't just know how to study. You know in the name of no kite contest and I make kite. And I will fly my kite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I study the breeze.
Then you talk now, Ray, that the diaspora could buy kites. Maybe for
Yes,
the
man.
children, I believe.
Yes, man. I you know who that one of the diaspora anyway love kites. Miss Sonia Allen. She usually buy a monk a kite for the picnic in the community too. Yeah, cause she that was grassroots Belizean people too. Yes, man. What she not play?
Yeah,
She usually take care of the kid in the community there. Yeah, what she take care of there?
I will big up and we really want to big up against City Council because they buy kites and give it to the kids every year too. That for them fun day. So you done got your order full, right? I mean,
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. City Council. I don't got me order for City Council.
I think that 250 then they buy.
Yeah, but that don't mean if anybody else want to buy it, still put in the other man.
All right. So
Yeah,
now,
once anybody else want to kite.
if any of the people in the diaspora want to buy one kite for one of their friends that Belize, they could buy the kite, they could pick it up at the Charlie Burton Park, correct?
Yes, man. Yes, man. You know the outlets in read.
All right. So they could call and just order one kite,
Yes, man.
and you will make it to specification.
Yeah. Anyway, how they want it, we could make it.
If they want anything on it, you could get your artists for
That is right.
on it, right? If they want to personalize your kite and put your name, your business on it,
Yeah.
whatever. So
And when your kite pop, where who go get it?
no,
Right,
you know
Bob?
what? You can't do that too much now. You ask for too much. We can't.
come on,
We could
man.
guarantee
If you buy your kite for me, I carry it go fly the kayo. Ho. If you pop the kayo, I go and get it.
I run game for me. I like them run, man. No, really, I'd like to see this tradition keep alive, and I'd like to see the business aspect of it kick in. Joe, that was excellent idea. Greg, you talk about one kite kit that somebody could make them like Ray, maybe the where make the frame.
See, I read, and you name, one of them notice it. For all the years, you know, say, you go to kite contest. Anytime you go to kite contest no got no problem, you know, kite that fun. You know, nobody don't go around out there, they go drink up and go on, but everybody, even if you're a so everybody just go flying a kite and get anything and then they go about their business kite contest, so can't go no rule or behavior out there, because no call for that. You check scenery, that's our family day, that's like our family fun day.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, man.
All right, gentlemen, anything for Ribo, because Ribo, and I really appreciate your command, Ray, and we really want to showcase unconventional type of guest tonight. And this man, again, and you go see the color, the talent on the kite, you know, the talent in attack. Can you attack?
Yes,
You make your buy one kite, you know, see, you don't sell 4 or 5 kites as you talk at tonight. But,
yes, man.
I really want to thank you, Ray, for your involvement in what we do. I want to invite people out there for stay with the Charlie Burton experiment, how it go. Joe, you're one of our biggest fan and support.
Yes, man. Respect to Uncle Joyous.
Yeah, man. The man big and always.
Yeah. The man always the back with senior read. Yes, man. Here, so the island in a problem. Yeah, I can't tell you nothing about that place.
Before I go, I want to get one outside joke. They asked the ballet. He said, "Boy," he said, "You may watch the eclipse." He said, "Which one?" He said, "The eclipse, man. Big thing in the States, you know, see." He said, "Eclipse." He said, "We have that so often there. Anytime we don't pay with light bill, we got eclipse."
You see, me call we laugh. You see, I'm so tired joke with you.
Anytime we don't pay with light bill, we got eclipse.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remind me. Mine's due. So I look for eclipse directly, but by them bills, I see government to put in some new laws, and I watch it tonight. And we make sure you have to wear seat belt.
For the front seat passenger, for the front, and that's a good idea. But I think
everybody in the
this one, this one has a big up, right?
You know, people should seat belt is a safety feature, and people should on their own initiative be motivated to take care of themselves. We see accidents where people fly out the car. We see people accidents where
how many are there?
We've seen quite a few.
You know whether we use this for them, we use this for revenue generating.
No,
whether
man,
we
it's
do the
to help
people
but put on your seatbelt and then there'll be no revenue to generate.
You got some car where wrong tongue and got seatbelt.
Mr. Gregory, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
When I first heard of that legislation, I checked with the Attorney General because I was strongly opposed to the penalties. I think they are very draconian penalties. He said to me, I'm not aware of it. I am not aware of the law. Strange.
Uh-huh.
I spoke with the Minister of Police. I asked him if he aware that there is such a thing because I was told about it. I read it in the papers.
Mm-hmm.
He said he didn't know about it either. I said,
oh, wow.
But listen to me. If it is what they are saying it is, I think that is unfair to we, the citizens of this country. It's too draconian in the sense that, let us say that it's a fact that using a phone while driving, obviously, has a high potential that you can kill a person, you can damage properties, you can maim a person. And whether they argue about the consequences, because that's true, it can happen. But when you want to tell me that if I violate the law, I can be charged up to $500 or and 6 months in jail, no, man.
Well, I think the jail penalty is excessive. I think maybe the fine is excessive, but I encourage even, in California. I don't remember when my first car I got in 1979. I think at that time it was not legally required that you wear a seatbelt. But I remember just learning to drive. I had an accident like 6 months after learning to drive, and thank goodness I was wearing my seatbelt. Someone ran and hit my car. All I got was a little cut on my face. I remember from hitting. I think I bust my nose hitting the steering wheel, and that was it. That was it.
So you think the seatbelt saved your life?
I think.
Well, it certainly saved me from having some major injuries.
I sorry to interrupt you, but let me say something. You are making a mistake, a terrible mistake. You know why?
You don't, Mr. Cowie, you don't want to wear your seatbelt?
No. I think you are missing the point. The reason why you are missing it, the same problem I am having right now, because I don't support it. But the problem is that whenever you begin to talk about it, the person will tell you, well, what could happen? We are not differing. I am not differing with make it an infraction, make it a law that you violate it. No. The issue, if you're having a problem with a housefly, would you want to use a sledgehammer to kill it?
No, I told you. I think they
you will use a sledgehammer or a housefly or a fly swat.
No, I agree. I told you I disagree with the extent of the imprisonment. I think that's excessive.
What we should be emphasizing in the few minutes that is left, that we should not have such a draconian penalty for us.
But there's another. Go ahead, Greg.
I agree with you that it's excessive. It shouldn't be a criminal penalty for sure.
Yeah.
That's unfair. And
there's
that's
another
wrong.
aspect of that too. No?
But you need to wear a seatbelt. You need to wear a seatbelt for safety.
Yeah.
All right. But
you know me I never was into the seatbelt, but when I hang in there, by work off America, and I see they wear the seatbelt, and the amount of accident they say, boy, it makes sense. But the penalty thing, like where Uncle Joe, that penalty thing, they ridiculous. That don't make no sense at all.
But more than that, the unequal application of the law. Because they're going out there and they tax poor man and the rich man and we let them make them go
right
past.
You got valid point against Sinari. Valid point.
If you want everybody across the board, then
that is right.
We have to deal with it, right?
That is right.
I don't like that. And maybe that one Billy's thing where.
And they see traffic police assisting and really told them seatbelt and left and right loan.
You see?
Tell them about the business. All right, pa. We're not the charger.
Not me. They grab me.
They grab me at all. Me, I get bypass. And once they see me without seatbelt, they will charge me.
You, they might let go.
Sure.
I can't talk to them. They will tie me up.
But I think a well-trained law enforcement officer, well-trained.
Yeah.
And I don't want to try to define well-trained. I think we should know. Every well-trained person. I was a public officer myself for 20 years. And I was in the 20 years I spent in the tax, in the revenue departments, customs and income tax. No, we all have to exercise discretion. Discretion is something that law enforcement officers should be able to exercise.
I agree.
No, there will be circumstances when you literally is violating the law.
Yeah.
But you're not doing it intentionally.
And I give you a break.
So the circumstance is evident that intent has to be there.
Yeah.
So are you going to have to go to a court to prove to the judge that it was not with intent, because you will not be able to prove it then?
You know, Joe, but with the talk about common sense, because yes, discretion has to be there, and no rule, I think, should be so stringent and ironclad that there's no wiggle room, if you will, based upon certain circumstances.
Well, that's why you have judges. That's why you have judges. The police
Yeah, but you can't go. Everybody can't wait to look at the judges.
Mr. Chairman, I have to disagree with my friend.
I said that just to play the devil's advocate. I think the police should be.
I said something to a senior counsel in this country, well trained in the law. I said to him, there is no justice when there is justice for the few. I tell him there is no justice when there is justice for the many. The only time when you have justice when there is justice for all. You cannot have justice in a country where you have to go to the court to get it, because how many people can afford to go to a court?
Mm-hmm.
So don't tell me about that judge. No, you know how many of our people don't have the capacity to go to a court to get justice? So there is no justice for the poor man.
No justice for the poor.
I just want to emphasize that wearing a seatbelt is a sense of one's own interest and safety, and people should consider wearing it, not just because there's a law that penalizes them,
Greg.
because it makes
good
choice.
Yes, just say for instance, I go in the Publix up the street, jump in my car from home to Publix now.
It doesn't matter. You know, most accidents happen within like 3-4 miles of
not from me. I've never had an accident within 3 miles of my house.
You're lucky. And
well,
blessings for that.
That's statistics. I agree.
Yeah, you got a point there again to scenery. You got a point there for sure. You have to put your seatbelt for your house to public situation.
Put on your seatbelt whenever you get into the car.
No, if you're on the highway, no, you definitely know you need to. Yeah, I understand that. You know if our highway rules, no, it's different between, like Ross said. Yeah.
I need to speak to my good friend here, Mr. Gregory. I said it on the show before. Marcus Aurelius, a great philosopher, said in his Senate with that bill, he said, as senators of Rome, we must be upright, not kept upright. I don't believe that a society should have such penalties to keep people upright. You keep people upright by the way you shape their lives from the beginning. Because when a society has to keep you upright, there will be civil war.
Yeah, there is, but you know, it is. But you know, the problem, I think one of the things they need to do that they have failed to do in Belize is to have proper ethics and training for the road people on the road driving.
Maybe they could do that New York. That New York had to get a 3-hour classroom before you get one license. I something like that I can understand, right? But you know what they will do? They will use this for set up checkpoint. Catch people without seatbelts, so that they can make money for gamble money for thief and waste. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm not happy with that.
I think Mr. Cowie told us last time that the revenue that the city council collected from traffic infraction did not go to support the operation of government. So
where you go?
No.
Let me tell you something. What the chairman said just now is true. The reason why it's true, I spoke to the mayor about it myself. What the mayor did was to give them a quota, an amount that they must bring in tickets. No, that is wrong, because what you are doing, you cannot make penalties a revenue. In other words, if penalties become a revenue, then you must encourage people to break the law. Penalty is not a revenue. The penalty is supposed to be a disincentive.
And that is my problem, Joe. That is my problem with it. You know?
So the chairman is saying that is true. They turn around and they want to make it into a revenue-making thing.
Source,
One certain traffic officer want to prove that he is better than the next one because he bring in more tickets.
Correct. Gentlemen,
I have seen right at the market there by the canal side where they have a large area for taxi parking only. And on the other area of the citizens. I was on the scene when 3 or 4 vehicles were parked just a little bit into the area of
and they get a ticket.
I had to intervene, and I had to really come down hard. I said, man, you are being unfair to these people. These people got out of their vehicle just to go across to buy something.
And nobody parked there, no taxi today.
None. All you had to do was to give them a little warning.
Well, I'll give you a story.
Because nobody did it.
I'll give you a story, Joe. I got a airport, and there's a handicap parking space. I have a handicap place on my, and the sit-down good, but I walk to good. So I got a handicap place. The taxi man park in at the handicap place. One problem with me, I ain't look for fight because I tell him, Mr. Man, if I even try stopping on a taxi parking space, then give me a ticket. Why then would you jump in at the park, and all the airports?
So wouldn't you have liked somebody to give him a ticket?
Yes, I don't want to give him myself, but they don't allow that. But I'm saying that the way I ask him for move. So anyway, all that being what it said, we're past 9 o'clock, guys. It's been a dynamic show. Ribo, I want to big up you and thank you again for all the work what you do with we here. Stay up on the safe side, stay up on the legal side, because we need this kite thing to get off of the ground.
Yes, man.
Right?
Yes, man. Yeah.
Remember, we got the kite contest the 14th, and on the 29th, we got the big Albert Moody Day in at the Charlie Burton Park, but my good friend Wayne Moody in the States is doing something in honor of his father. We got the games, the trampoline, the bouncing house, 3-legged race, and a lot of little things for the kids. But we're going to have a dynamic football tournament. Yabra, they come back. Yabra come and beat for the last time. We got to get a team, and all America get a team for the fin, right?
Yeah, and what are the age?
Under 15.
Yeah.
Right? So,
15, right?
On this note, I will not quote Aristotle. You educate the mind, and you do not educate the heart. It's no education at all.
At all. You got it right. Yeah, educate the mind and no educate the soul and no education. Rasta man proper.
Whosoever educated you must have educated your heart. You're a good man. Thanks.
Yeah. Respect,
Mr. Ribo, it was a pleasure meeting you. And
same to you, Uncle.
Yeah, when you gonna believe, drop in by the park and meet the man personally, right?
Yes, man. Yes, man.
And I'm a colorful character, and I'm really impressed with this young man. Right, gentlemen, thanks a lot.
You don't know, Uncle. Respect.
I'm feeding a song by a peanut butter sandwich putting so that it's thirsty. This technique to come all the way from out of the Belizean jungle. When I get my teaching from the monks out of the Mayan temple. Them say Siwa, the humble, gentle and respectful. See, I take them after the move on the double. So think you blink, I like the Bermuda triangle. We know the chicken. Oh. Tiger tackle. That is time we use when we battle. Tiger tackle. Master Kung Fu hard your men settle. Tiger tackle. We make drunken master drink snapple. And if your hair snap up on the crackle, otherwise crispy dark, tiger tackle. We no come to the dance, this seek trouble. We come for hear them boy bubble. You know me pocket, big fat bungle. Me and me girl with the model. It's fool, start to act simple. With everybody, boy want rumble. Make a wrong turn, take a wrong angle. Face to face with the tiger tackle. Well, see how they fool the chimble. Cause him know him brains that get scrambled. We no play when we buck up the devil grave. Digger need work, must use him shovel. Tiger tackle. That is time we use when we battle. Tiger tackle. Master Kung Fu hard your men settle. Tiger tackle. We make drunken master drink snapple. And if your hair snap up on the crackle, otherwise crispy dark, tiger tackle. We know the jingle fool, we know the jungle. We know the mumble, grumble, nor fumble. If the tiger patch you want come stumble, then you know your cage must get rockled. Right quick, bust up your blood vessel. Bounce your heart, I'm on a nestle. About a test, mission impossible. From your own spinal cord you are dongle.
hotter than water from a kettle. Like you get what with piece of metal. Before you take your life, come here, come gamble. Play Russian roulette with a loaded rifle. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. That is time we use when we battle. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. Master kung fu hard, your main settle. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. We make drunken master drink snapple. And if your hair snap up on the crackle, and a rice crispy dark tiger tackle. We don't come to the dance, this seek trouble. We come for hear him boy bubble. In me pocket, big fat bungle. Me and me girl with the model. It's fool start to act simple. With everybody, boy want rumble. Make a wrong turn, take a wrong angle. Face to face with the tiger tackle. Well, see how they fool the chimble. Cause him know him brains that get scrambled. We no play when we buck up the devil grave. They can eat herb, must use him shovel. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. That is time we use when we battle. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. Master kung fu hard, your main settle. Tiger tackle, tiger tackle, tiger tackle. We make drunken master drink snapple. And if your hair snap up on the crackle, and a rice crispy dark tiger tackle.
Beeb said, play your position. Don't make nobody live free in your mind or in your mansion. They need to stop, they make assumption. Free bars stick like gumption. Chop.
Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for paste the hook up. Big mistake, we judge the content by the cover and not read the book up. Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for paste the hook up. Big mistake, we judge me by the color of my skin and by the way how I look.
Then they try rob we culturally. We wax lyrically, spiritually, truthfully, exposing evil spirits and hypocrisy. We do this habitually. Keep the mental vibes up at any party. Levels to my chef game is type culinary. Dropping so many gems they call me jewelry. We no need no chat GBT. We do this organically.
Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for place the hook up. Big mistake, we judge the content by the cover and not read the book up. Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for place the hook up. Big mistake, we judge me by the color of my skin and by the way how I look.
Bob say, if they turn tonight, you would have find out how much people they hate you just for spite. We good on this side, so they could have hate with all their might. Hate we cause we bars tight. Cause me on my team, they catch Lee light. Don't try bring your feelings to this fuck fight. Call me Cleveland when a time for take flight.
Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for place the hook up. Big mistake, we judge the content by the cover and not read the book up. Boom, peel it off, give the technician time for place the hook up. Big mistake, we judge me by the color of my skin and by the way how I look.
Then they try rob we culture.